What's up guys, Jake with Team Tactical coming to another special video. Today we are looking at the Zulisy Owl. This is actually a red dot that was actually sent out to us by Zulisy for testing evaluation. Much appreciated guys, we really do appreciate it. They send this out to us because they know whenever we get free stuff we tend to beat the living piss out of us, and they want us to see how well this thing can hold zero. And if this is your first time watching, just know that anytime we get free stuff like this, we tend to beat the living piss out of it. We do this because to us it's important, and probably important to you if you're watching this video, to know if this particular red dot is going to be worth your time, but more importantly your money. So today we're going to actually go over all the specs and features of this particular red dot, zero it, and then we're going to beat the piss out of it, magnum up it, all that good stuff. Typical stuff you might kind of end up doing over the long run with everyday carry. And then we're going to check again to see if there's any shift on that point of impact. Oh yeah, discount code. Not professional TN Tactical. We do have a special discount code they gave us. It is TN Tactical 24, which will save you 15% off. I would have probably gone with TN Tactical 15, but hey, regardless, this will still save you 15% off if you use TN Tactical 24, bringing the price roughly down to like 85 bucks-ish. Of course, not counting your taxes, shipping, all that good stuff. Not a bad price for a pistol red dot, but that's only if this can hold up to what we put through for everyday carry. All right, specs and features. This is a doctor cut red dot. Typically, I don't do a lot of doctor cut red dots on the channel because namely, I didn't really have a slide that was doctor cut until now. Just got the slide specifically for this review. Now being doctor cut, the first thing I asked myself was, do I have to be a doctor to use it? And the answer is no. Doctor cut is simply just a pattern on the slide that will help it mount directly on there. Doctor cut is also known as viper cut, by the way. Doctors heal you and vipers kill you. Makes sense, right? You never know what you might learn here on Team Tactical. But going back into the specs and features, this is a doctor/viper cut red dot, meaning if your slide is in that same pattern, it'll mount directly to the slide, just like how it does here on this PSA dagger with a doctor cut slide. It features a 3 MOA red dot and has about 50,000 hours of battery life, which is dependent on your brightness. That being said, it does have 10 different brightness settings, 8 of which are daylight and 2 of which are going to be for your night vision use. On top of that, it does feature shake awake technology, which we see a lot of different red dot companies doing lately. Simply put, when you set your handgun down somewhere, after about 4 or 5 minutes of not moving around, it'll automatically cut off until the time that you come back and pick it back up, and it'll automatically come on for you. So I really like that feature. I like that a lot of companies are using that from the start. Again, the box itself does not have an owl. Minus 20 DKP points. First shots. We're about 12 yards away from the target. Okay, we're off a little bit. Let's fix that. Mostly off to the right. You'll see you've got here your elevation up top as well as your windage on the side here. We are empty, of course, just throwing it out there, Range Officer Randy. It has a top loading battery tray here for you, meaning that you can actually swap out the batteries without actually having to take the whole red dot off like you do with some other competitors out there. Anytime you take the red dot off, of course, you have to re-zero it a lot of times to make sure it's still hitting where you aim at. So very nice on them for putting that in from the start. Not a bad zero when I actually try. Check this out. First of all, let's clear the gun here real quick. Empty. All right, so you can see here, obviously we've got some covered up. At first, my targets were way out here. I kind of got pretty much right here, had a couple of flyers there. So for the most part, this is where I'm at. I think it's not bad. A couple other things to point out here is it is shockproof, waterproof, all that good stuff. And it does have little rubberized buttons here for your brightness, increasing it, and on the other side, decreasing it. One thing I want to point out about this particular red dot is it doesn't actually have the little bunny ears here where it's sort of like a built-in rear sight. I have suppressor height sights on here for the front and rear, and I'm still actually able to use my iron sights if I need to. If, like, say the red dot battery dies or something malfunctions, I can still use those. That being said, if you have just standard height sights, they may get blocked when you put this red dot on. Or for that matter, if you have to put an adapter plate on here, which I did not have to do, then that extra height may block your sight as well. So lots of good, decent features on it. The red dot is very nice. It's definitely bright enough to actually see even in broad daylight like this, you can still make out the red dot easily enough. Good price point, good features, but none of that's really gonna matter if it doesn't hold 0. So we're gonna go ahead and beat the piss out of it, mag dump it a few times maybe, and see if it can hold that 0 for us. Let's see how she does. Now, typically on TN Tactical, we would take this red dot, bring it over here to the gravel pit, you guys know it, and we would drop test this. Here's the deal, this slide is brand new. I'm not like a big YouTuber. We're not making enough money for the channel for me to justify dropping this particular slide, beating the piss out of it. I don't want to damage it just yet. Instead, we are going to go to the pole of damnation, as you can see we've used before, and we're going to just start taking this and slamming it into the pole to see if it's going to get knocked around. Again, trying not to damage the slide. Maybe some smacks on the side here. I mean, it looks like I hadn't even done anything to it. Red dot's still there too. A little bit of dust to it. Get a couple more smacks just to be proper with it. Don't really want to get the new slide wet, but oh well. It is what it is. The red dot, while wet, it still works just fine. All right, we have properly beaten it pretty good. Still a little wet there, of course. Let's see if we lost any kind of 0. Got a couple of flyers here. Most of my shots looked like they went up here. We had a couple flyers up there, a couple flyers down here. But for the most part, they were just above where I was aiming. Of course, some of these could be previous holes from where we were shooting before. So you're looking at roughly like ½ an inch, maybe, of impact shift. Of course, that's beating the piss out of against the wooden pole like we did. So take that for what you will. Are you going to experience the same point of impact shift? Probably not. Unless you're just purposely, again, beating the piss out of the red dot. For that right there, I think that's not too bad, honestly. All right, sun is like directly in my eyes, so bear with me here. So what do I think about the Zulisy Owl? I think that if you are under a tight budget, I think this is a good option for you, especially if you're just starting out getting into red dots and you want to get something to sort of see how it feels. Just to kind of see what it feels like, see if you like it or not. Just a tip, you know, just to see. I think it's a very good option. It's a very budget-friendly option. Yes, of course, we did have some point of impact shift, but I mean, we were also smashing against a wooden pole too. So, I mean, take it for what it is. Now, obviously, you can spend more money on red dots if you wish, but I think this is a good starter option. If you're looking to get into pistol red dots for the first time and maybe you're on a tight budget, I think this is a good one. I like it, and I think you will like it too. Guys, that's gonna wrap today. Remember, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Have you picked up a Zulisy Owl? I'd love to hear from you. We will see you next time. I think someone's coming. Who is it? That's right. Keep going. That's right. Oh, yeah.